Hi, I'm here to share a story. I don't remember if I ever told this on Drink Champs or anywhere else, but this whole discussion that continuously moves forward with who is the father of hip hop and all that, and how it came to be, it's wild because you have all these assessments by people who are either one coming from an academic perspective or another coming from a protect the story at all costs because we don't want to look bad for being wrong and waiting till someone else in the future corrects it when we're all gone. So let's say this. This is what I remember. So I was at a Zulu meeting in Bronx River, maybe 1991, 92. In the meeting were people like TC Islam, I think B.O., rest in peace, my boy Q Unique. Q Unique was actually the one making copies of the Zulu lessons at his job after hours, and making sure people had those lessons out there, which was really cool. And shout out to Q. And then yeah, whoever else was there. So one day Bambaataa walks in and he says, "Okay, everyone, from now on, do not call me the father of hip hop. Call Kool Herc the father of hip hop, and call me the godfather of hip hop." We were just like, okay, Bam said it, let's roll with it, But he did tell us why he felt that way. It wasn't because he felt like Kool Herc was the father of hip hop. And this is not to take away any of Kool Herc's contributions or the inspiration that he served to many. It had to do with the fact that as a DJ, Kool Herc inspired Bambaataa to play more than what he was already playing. So Bam said in that meeting, he says, "Oh wow, I got that, but I got more," hence the moniker Master of Records. And what blows my mind is that you can't find anything, not that I know of, and I can stand to be corrected and retract, but show me one place that mentions Kool Herc as the father of hip hop on a flyer, audio tape, anything. It just doesn't exist from what I've researched. So the thing that bugs me out is that, when it comes to Bambaataa, Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, Disco King Mario, so many people out there who have done so much for the culture, whether B-boys, MCs, DJs, graffiti writers, all that stuff, it just, it does point to the idea that there are many people who did many things and contributed in many different ways. Hip-hop was not created in one day. It was not created by one person. Now, if you do the math on the idea of it being created by one person, you have to then isolate each element and say, okay, how did he create this? How did he create breaking? How did he create graffiti? How did he create that? Now, you can't say he brought them all together. No one person brought them all together, although the only person to really attempt that was Bambaataa, because he was actively putting, names of graffiti writers on his flyers and B-boys and all that stuff. So he was definitely proactive with that. But you have to, I think we all have to, as a collective, accept that, a lot of us have been running with a narrative that is contradictory to what actually happened. Bambaataa told us to call Kool Herc the father of hip hop without consensus from the rest of the hip hop community. Fine, we all saw him as the leader of the community, and he was the only one really pushing knowledge out there. So we accepted that. And I guess no one knew that it would turn into the shit show that it has become. But at the end of the day, it does boil down to, if you're logical, a lot of people did a lot of work and a lot of people have contributed to many facets of hip hop. It doesn't have to be one person, but at the same time, Kool Herc is still great.